Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. So what I really kind of just want to talk about, the title of this quick little video, is Android 14 ready for prime time with the latest release of beta 3.1? And short answer, no, it's not ready yet. While a lot of things are working on my Pixel 7 with Android 14, and you got the cool new emoji wallpaper workshop so you can make these types of wallpapers. You got the new lock screens and everything that's really gone kind of back to the googliness of things. On hindsight, there's still a little bit of bugs that need to be fixed. And this very minor bugs, nothing absolutely huge. One bug for me that I found was within the Gmail app. So this is more app specific than actual software specific. It could just be maybe just how Gmail is and just something they got to do like a quick touch up to fix. But I've noticed that with the Gmail app, trying to attach documents and things like that is just not working. Anytime that I try to attach a document in an email to send, it literally crashes the Gmail app. Sent feedback to Google about it, so they're aware of it and they can see if anybody else has reported feedback on the same issue. Majority of the functionalities of Android 14 have been by far at this point pretty good. Okay, so I can see why some people are like, why don't they just release full-fledged Android 14 right now? And the long answer to that question of it being no, it's not ready for prime time, is because they still want to make sure that there is no issues that come up. One of the things about the beta program that people need to understand is that when they run beta, they're not running beta and waiting a week for people's responses. And if no one responds to anything, then they're like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? They give it a length of time on several reasons. One is that they want to make sure that people have used majority of the functionalities on their phone that may come across that issue, not at the moment that they installed beta 14, but maybe like down the road a little bit when they have a task they need to get done and they happen to use a feature that they normally don't use daily. They need people to kind of touch base with those things. And two, there are some people who probably didn't go on any of the betas to begin with. They probably waited for beta 3. And so they went ahead, now that we're on, 14 beta 3, they decided to install it on their device. And then they're running into issues. And of course, Google has to look into why they ran into issues versus everybody else and kind of see if they find a pattern, see if other people are doing the same thing. If everybody else that didn't take any of the betas prior to it are experiencing the same type of issue. Like, there's a lot of variables when it comes to testing beta software. And the big key thing that I want to put out there that people really have got to stop doing, and it may seem like that I'm picking on people, but I'm not. But the truth has got to be said. But there are people who install beta software because they want to be ahead of the curve, not because they want to help polish the software. And if you're installing beta software on your smartphone because you want to be ahead of the curve, I would suggest stop doing that. Because when you run into issues and you're projecting your issues in the form of like, this is finished software that you're complaining about, when it's not finished. It hasn't even been released. We're not in a public release 1. We're still in beta. When you do stuff like that, it looks weird. And you're setting yourself up for a disappointment when you put yourself in that position to think that beta software is like public release software. It's not. Get with the program. When you install beta, you have to understand that some things are just not going to work. That's the way of it. And in hindsight, reality of things, the best analogy, because I love using analogies to try to explain things. But ask yourself this: is a partially baked cake any good to eat compared to a fully baked cake? And I use that analogy because some people will be like chocolate lava cake. No, that's different. I'm talking about like a yellow cake, just a basic yellow cake. If it's not baked to the correct timing at the correct temperature and it comes out way early, do you even really have a cake, or is it still just batter? And that's the analogy that I leave in it. If you will not eat a pan full of batter as cake or frost it or do anything to it, then why would you expect beta software to be as good as a fully baked operating system that you can add the icing and the decorations to? And with that, I'll leave y'all to your own thoughts.